All right. Hey, y'all, this is Jesse Peterson sitting in for the HakeReport.com. So Joel just told me to let y'all know hi. And apparently this is what James does before his show starts. And they're gearing everything up to get rolling. I am sitting in for him today. He's doing much better. I talked to him this morning. Apparently he's feeling much better. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. Now we'll do what we got to do. But he was a little under the weather, but he is doing a little bit better. And so I'm messing around for the Hake Report until they start to roll the music, and then I can do that. And so what I'm grateful for, what you guys don't know, Chris and Joel, Nick, and they're like guiding me what to do with the hate thing. They're telling me when I got to say, hey, guys, and all that good stuff, all right? So we're making this work, doing what we got to do. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la, la, la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, it's the Hake Report, la, la, la. Oh,
hey, guys, how y'all? Girl did this for me. Say, hey, guys, hey, guys. My voice is not as high pitched as James, so. Hi, y'all. Thank you all for being with me. I am honored to be sitting in for the HakeReport.com today. You can get involved by calling 888-775-3773, 888-77-JESSE, JESSE. The Hate Report is totally different than mine. So mine is more, if you listen to the Jesse Peterson show, more about spiritual stuff. And James, deal with that too, but give you a lot of stuff that's happening in the world today. And so I'm working with it, all right? I'm just here. I want to give you this from Spectrum News. And I've said for 30 years now to black people, y'all need to wake up because you're being used. And not only are you being used by liberal whites, the women's movement, the homosexual movement, the black race hustler movement, you're being used by anyone that want to make money in their lives and get attention. That's what it's all about. And I've said over and over again recently, you got to take back your lives, folks. And the only reason for blacks, not all, because there are black people waking up, that's for sure. But most are not. And the reason for them on earth is to be used for evil. And the enemies who are using the blacks for evil, they know exactly what to say, how to do it, because they know that most blacks are angry and they're going to jump on board. They're going to jump on board, and these people make buku money from you. Here's a perfect example. This is from Spectrum News. A quote-unquote concerned mother is developing an app to protect the black community by having them check on each other through this app. So this woman is quote-unquote developing an app, quote-unquote, to protect the black community, quote-unquote, by having them check on each other through the app. This is from Spectrum News. Watch this.
For Sharman Davis, it all started about a year ago, around the time her son came home with his driver's license.
I can't have him driving without me being able to be right there for him if he needs me.
Especially when she considers the increased risk for African-American men being pulled over by police, a concept known as driving while black.
It brings them the comfort and the safety of allowing our children to be able to live normal lives.
It's also voice activated.
Hey Siri, just us, check in.
Your contacts have been notified.
And then pinpoints her location so her contacts can find her if needed.
Even like my sons, like they don't like to call and check in or send in text. They just like to push that button to say I'm okay, and then I can be off of their back, as they call it.
Justice, heads up.
Heads Up tells contacts the user is being pulled over by law enforcement and can initiate an optional live stream for a monthly fee.
It helps the person that's being stopped. It helps whoever's stopping them. It helps everyone, because then you have a view of every angle of what's going on.
And the help feature alerts other users within a 3-mile radius who are part of the Just Us community that someone needs assistance. But ultimately, Davis sees the app as a practical tool in a world where police brutality has become all too common, particularly in black and brown neighborhoods.
Black and brown, black and brown. If my mama put something like that on my phone, I'll throw my phone in the alley. I'll kick it. Ain't no way in heaven or hell I would let my mama keep up with me like that. That's ridiculous. And that's using black people to make money. No such thing as police brutality, first of all. And mama having an app on your phone, ain't no way in the world I would do that. That's evil. That's not love. That's evil. Mama don't want to let her son go. Ain't no way I would do that. You're supposed to get as far away from mama when you turn 18 as possible and grow up. Mama ain't gonna let that happen. That's evil, folks. That all under the pretense that police brutality is so prevalent in America. That is to use folks to make money, to keep control of her adult son. That's all that's about. She needs to take care of herself. Y'all better wake up, do what you want, but I would wake up. All right? You've been set up. Sam is a first-time caller out of Rhode Island. Sam, thank you for holding you on the HakeReport.com.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome.
So the reason why I'm calling is because I would like to seek advice on
A little louder for me, Sam.
One second, Jess. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Alrighty. So the reason why I'm calling is because I need advice. I'm having an issue with my marriage. I have been unfaithful to my husband, and I'm seeking repentance. I want for, God to forgive me. And I want to know whether or not I have a solution, because from the beginning, my husband and I didn't follow the order of God.
Right. Do you have children?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. How long you been married?
We've been together for 5 years, but we've been married for 2.
And so you want to know what made you do it? You know that it's wrong, right?
Yes. The reason why is because before we got married, he cheated on me first, and I did it out of revenge.
Yeah. And the last thing you want to do as a human being, go after another human for revenge. You don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. I've heard horror stories from people over 30 years around the world, too, who have gone after others for revenge. And so what's your question for me?
So after I did that, I started enjoying the sex more with the guy that I cheated on my husband with than my own husband.
Yeah.
And now I don't feel the same towards him. And I already stopped talking to the guy. I want to save my marriage, but I want to know, because from the beginning we didn't follow the order of God, is my marriage doomed, or do I have a solution?
Now that you realize it was wrong, you know why you did it, here's what I recommend. Do what you want, but here's what I recommend. Don't tell him. Don't do it again, but don't tell him, because if you tell him, it's over.
Yep. Oh, I know that.
So don't tell him, right? It's enough to know that you were wrong. You were trying to get revenge. Now it all has come back on you. I would recommend you do the silent prayer and just stay out of your head about it and take one day at a time, and God will restore it. Stay away from it, but do not tell your husband.
Now, what do I do about the obsession? Because I know it's an obsession that I have
Yeah.
about like the sex with the other guy. You know, like I don't feel the same now towards my husband. You know what I mean?
I do.
And it's like, how do I fight that feeling?
The obsession for it now is all ego. It's not real. It's just an ego fulfillment. It's not you, right? But it's that spirit that made a home in you. So now when that feeling comes to want to go back to do it again, you got to endure that pain.
Yeah.
You got to endure the pain of what you call obsession, because it's all ego. And the ego is trying to make you destroy yourself.
Yeah.
And
And I mean, even though, you know, my husband did it first, I can definitely see that he has changed.
yes.
You know, he's a very good man. He's all about me. He's responsible. And I feel horrible that, you know, that I've been doing this to him, that my attitude and behavior and attention has changed towards him.
Yes.
And I want to be a better woman. Like I don't want to be a slut, basically.
Right. Well, God will repair it for you. You know it's wrong. You're trying to get revenge. You were controlled by that, right? Your ego. And so it's enough to know you're wrong. Do the silent prayer so you can stay out of your head. God will separate you from those thoughts, because he's not going to hold, God will not hold that against you. He knows that you couldn't help yourself, right? You in the fallen state, so you can help it. So don't you judge yourself, but don't do it again. When the urge come, just endure the pain.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to get so strong. It's going to get really strong. Endure. And if it gets so strong where it want to make you go and do it again, ask God for help. God, help me through this. He will help you. And he will take that urge away from you, which is the ego. He'll take that spirit away, and you will never have to worry about that again. And you're fortunate in that you got the power of God now to fight the spirit of Satan, which is the ego. He'll fight it for you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel, you know, I feel horrible, and I feel like, you know, God sees everything, so...
Yeah, but he's not judging you, though.
I'm embarrassed, you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
I'm embarrassed about what I'm doing, what I did, what I was doing, and with the guy, I already deleted his number, I already blocked him from all my social media.
Good.
Like, I don't want anything to do with him anymore, because I want to save my marriage, and I don't want to keep doing the same thing.
Amazing. Well, the fact that you're embarrassed about it tell you that you know you're wrong. The fact that you want to be right, do it right, you're on your way. You'll be fine. Just stop judging yourself, right? Don't judge yourself for it. It's enough to see that you did wrong for revenge, but it's wrong to judge yourself, because you will not be able to overcome it, and you will find yourself doing it again. It's enough to know that you were wrong. You can't blame the guy for it, because he didn't make you do it. You did it yourself. So take full responsibility with yourself, and God will restore you and your relationship. You'll find yourself treating your husband the way a wife should treat the husband. Don't worry about that. It'll come back.
Thank you, Jesse, and God bless you, and God bless everyone.
You're welcome. So don't judge yourself. Stay with the silent prayer. Doubt every thought. And I'm glad you deleted the guy out. That way he can't bother you. All right?
Yep. And I have one more thing.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen with the Great White Hope? Because it looks like, it's like Biden is going to take power, and that has me really worried.
You know how what happened to you trying to get revenge? You end up in darkness. They're going to end up in darkness. Don't worry about that. The Great White Hope has major faith in what is right and in God. And I'm just waiting to see, because I'm expecting amazing things to happen. He is not done yet. Believe me, these people carrying on the way they are, they think they're hurting him, when in reality, they're hurting themselves. But when we look at it and we hear the news...
They're hurting humanity.
Right.
They're hurting everybody.
That's right. So it looked like they're getting back at the president, but they're really laying out a very destructive pathway for themselves. So be patient with it. Pray for the president. Wish him well.
Yeah.
And God is with him and with us. It'll all be fine.
And Pelosi's laptop got stolen, and now she's nowhere to be found. So I'm wondering, whether she's scared that they'll find something in there.
That's what I say.
And if something it is being hidden, I hope it comes to light.
What I say, that's why it's not good to try to get revenge, because it'll come back on you. God made it clear. Revenge is his. We have to endure for our wrongdoing. We cannot get revenge. So they're hanging themselves, quote unquote, and not realizing it.
That's true. Amen. Thank you so much. God bless you.
You're welcome, Sam. I wish you well. So don't judge yourself. You already know you were wrong. God is not judging you. Satan makes you judge yourself, deceiving you, making you think God is doing it. He is not. All right? God renews the heart. And do the silent prayer, and you'll find yourself treating your husband the way a wife, and this time it's going to be better than the first time.
Amen. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye now. Amazing. I understand what you're dealing with. Be patient. It'll be fine. This is from YouTube. Hot computer smell. Ask. Hot computer smell. Ask. You know who that is, Earl? Hot computer smell? If someone catches an incurable STD, is hot computer smell man or woman? Woman. It's a woman? Oh. If someone catches an STD from cheating, should they come clean to their husband or wife? Yeah. I would recommend you do, because you don't want to pass that on to your husband or wife. Because, yeah, can you get rid of STD, whatever that is? A STD is a staky, tough disease.
Right.
That's what that means?
Well, I don't know. And I'm just saying this because from what I've heard, it ain't happened to me.
Oh, sure.
They tell you when they test you that you should tell your partners, quote unquote, that what you've done in case you've passed it on. So that's actually the proper advice.
And I don't believe anything the world says, so I can't go with that. But I would, if you have a disease and you still having sex with your husband or your wife, I would recommend you tell them you would not want to do that to them. All right, and then you got double trouble. You've already cheated. You got to overcome that, and now you got a disease you're passing on. Yeah, I would tell them. All right, just to be safe. All right. Rick out of Hampton, Virginia. Do what you want, though. You need to see for yourself what you should do for your situation. All right? Don't just take my word at it. I'm not there. I don't live with you. I'm not there. So ask God to allow you to see. He'll show you what to do, all right? That's the best way to go. Let me go to Rick out of Hampton, Virginia. Rick, welcome to the HakeReport.com.
Man, Jesse Lee, man. Thanks for hosting Brother James' show, man.
Amazing.
Everybody will get some knowledge from listening to Jesse Lee and James on the show.
Hake has an amazing show. Thank you, man.
Yeah, good job, man. I appreciate what you guys doing, man. I'm telling you, man, with all this liberal news, man, you know, when I have black friends and they liberal and they only listen to CNN, I just, you know, what happened with at the Capitol.
Yes.
They scream and talk about, it ain't Muslims, it ain't Mexicans, it's white people. I said, how come y'all wasn't saying nothing doing when Black Lives Matter and Antifa was raising hell in Seattle, Oregon, and Milwaukee, and Atlanta? No one heard a peep from y'all. They did cover, but not like they doing this one. And they rioted pretty much the whole summer. Wouldn't you agree, Jesse?
Absolutely. The people act like Black Lives Matter terrorist attack upon America and Antifa terrorist attack didn't even happen. They're like totally acting like that did not happen. I didn't see that all of a sudden, let's arrest everybody. They call it a peaceful protest with the fire burning and destroying police facilities. No one, they didn't even overreact. Yeah, that never happened. It's amazing to see that.
Yeah, they don't even, as soon as you bring it up, because I try and look at it like how you say, just look at it, it's either good or evil.
Right.
I say, okay, what them folks done in D.C., man, I didn't expect that. They really hurt something with that.
Yep.
To me, you know, and I'm like saying, when I was against that. But but I'm also against Black Lives Matter and Antifa raising hell for the whole summer. It wasn't. I ain't hear a peep out of y'all. Everybody was appalled. I'm still appalled.
Yeah, that's why I want people to stay calm so they can know for themselves what's really going on, so they can see for themselves what's really going on. They got to stay calm.
You know, just don't even listen to cable Negro news. I don't listen to MSNBC, He-Haw. I don't listen to none of that mainstream. I listen to YouTube news, you guys, One American News, T.T. Parks, some of my conservative brothers, Brian Logan.
The media have lost a lot of credibility now. Most people do not trust the media at all now. When you do stuff like this, when you try to hurt someone, you end up hurting yourself.
Yeah, now I guess too. There's been some stuff floating around that President Obama is involved with this.
I wouldn't be surprised if Obama's in the background leading this stuff on too. Obama is evil, so he's not gone anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised at all, Rick.
Yeah, because they said Italy involved. So my friend sent me some YouTube stuff, and they was talking about it's a matter of time, they were saying, before Trump released. I don't think Trump's done. I think I guess he's just building his case. I don't know, but I don't know if I can stand to see old Biden going to office, man.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting to see what the president will do. The president is an amazing guy, so don't give up on him yet. It's not over. Rick, thank you for your call, man. I appreciate it.
You too, Jesse. Love you, brothers. Y'all keep up the good work.
All right, thank you, Rick. Who is this on TuneIn? Miro, like Nero. When I was growing up, the church I attended was called Nero Baptist Church. Now, Miro is here. First time call out of Texas. Miro, welcome to the Hake Report. You're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
All is well. How are you, Miro?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
So, I heard you earlier. You were speaking to some guy about mother's love being evil or something like that.
Yeah, mothers don't have love.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because they don't have it. If you notice, their emotions end up destroying. It doesn't give life; it take away life.
But not all mothers are like that. I mean, my mother, she, I believe the way I am, forgiving, loving, and all that stuff is because of my mother. Because my father, he would womanize. He was abusive. He did like about 17 years in prison. And my mother, she's the one that, raised me right.
So you have your mother's identity?
I believe so. I mean, my father, he showed me how to, change a tire, how to roll up a fat one, how to package bundles of marijuana. He showed me all the bad stuff. My mother showed me all the good stuff and how to treat people, how to forgive.
And so you have your mother's identity?
I believe so.
And what does it feel like to be like a woman?
No. It's nothing like a woman. I'm the man, and I'm the man of my house.
But did you say you have your mother's identity?
No, I don't know what you mean, identity. I don't identify myself as a female.
But you say you feel like your mother, right?
No, I believe that her teachings of love and forgiveness rubbed off on me.
So you have your mother's love in you?
My mother's love and her forgiveness.
So you feel like your mother feel there, right? You have your mother's identity if you have the same love she has, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like my father, he would mistreat and all that stuff, but
he cheated on you. Your mother cheated on you.
Did my mother cheat with?
No, your father cheated on you.
my father cheated on my mother, but
what did
she
that
would
have to
forgive
do
him.
with you?
Oh, nothing.
But why do you care
But
that
I
he
did.
cheated
I
on your
did.
mother?
Well, I mean, she cheated on my mother, right? But
what did it have to
but,
do with you? He didn't cheat on you.
no, but I actually like walked into it.
But meaning you walked up on him cheating with another woman?
Yeah, saw the woman butt naked and everything.
Well, forgive your father for doing that, but he didn't cheat on you. He cheated on your mother.
Oh, no. Yeah, but like I said, I
Do
mean,
you hold that against
my
your
father
mother?
was.
Do you hold that against your father that he cheated on your mother?
No, people get urges, I guess. I mean, I forgave my father for not what he did to my mother, just what he mainly did to me.
What did he do to you?
Oh, talk about abusive.
He was abusive to you in what way?
Well, he once smacked me around with his gun.
He did.
Because he was accusing me that I stole some money, but I didn't steal anything because I was like about 12 years old.
You were what?
And he was whacked out. I was about 12 years old.
Oh, okay.
And he was all whacked out on God knows what. So, yeah, he was abusive that way. And
so you forgave him
one time he tried to stab my mother, and I jumped in front of my mother's way, trying to protect her.
Why did you jump in the way?
Well, because that's my mother. And I was like, at that time,
was that his wife?
At that time, I was like about 7 years old.
And wasn't that his wife?
Yes.
And why are you involved in it?
Because I was there in the room.
Why you didn't try to protect your father from your mother?
What was that?
Why did you try to protect your father from your mother?
Why didn't I protect my father from my mother?
Yes.
Because my father was not himself. He was all drugged up.
Amazing. And you had to do that at 7 years old?
Oof. Yeah. I've had
That's horrible,
I had to endure.
You had to go through that. That's hard to hear.
I had to endure 3 raids while I was growing up at my home.
Yeah. So you went to your father and said, I'm sorry for hating you for all that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you go to your father and said to him you were sorry for hating him for what he did while you were growing up to you?
Well, yeah, I did bring it up, and
did you tell him you were sorry for hating him for that?
Well, actually, I never hated him. Because I've never felt hate for my father. I just sad they would treat my mother like that. But I never hated him. I never stopped talking to him or anything.
Did you apologize to him for did you forgive your mother for her making you identify with her and turning you away from your father?
No, she never turned us away from our father. Actually, when my father was in jail for 2 years in Mexico, we would drive all the way over there, take buses to the heart of Mexico over there.
So when your mother pretended to be a victim, when she and your father would fight, did you feel sorry for your mother?
Well, I don't think my mother pretended to be anything.
Did you feel sorry for her?
I felt sorry for my mother, yeah, of course, but she never showed me any weakness. She always kept on working.
So do you have a question for me?
Yeah, like I was wondering, why were you telling that poor sap that his mother's love was evil? If that's the only love, he should be actually grateful that he got some love.
No, but that's not real love. That's hate. That emotional love comes from anger. It's not from God.
Yeah, but I don't know how his mother's grew up. I mean, my mother had her father and the mother. They had a good marriage and everything. So I'm guessing, I believe a father and a mother should be together to raise a child, right? And if the father is not around, the mother has to put quadruple the love to make the kid grow up right.
They do the best they can. You're right about that, but mothers don't have love. And if your mother was raised by a good father and a mother she would not have been attracted to, the kind of father that you say your father was or is?
Well, what was that again? I'm sorry.
Your mother if your mother had been raised by good parents, she would not have been attracted to the type of man that she is attracted to.
Well, it was kind of different because when they met, they was in a ranch. You know, it was ranch life, and he worked, and then he hurt himself. You know, later, like when he was in his 30s,
right?
And he hurt himself. He couldn't work anymore, so he started in the hospital. He met some guy, and they hit it off, and that guy introduced him into the world of pharmaceutical work, you know, but not the legal kind.
Amazing. So I appreciate. So you just called me to tell me that.
I don't believe all mothers are evil. I believe women are evil, but there is a few women out there that have their head right and have their heart right.
You met that? You know, have you met women like that before?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Amazing.
And,
are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
You ahead of your wife?
Yes.
Good, man.
And it's a constant battle.
In what way?
Well, you know, women always want to have their way, and we got to tell them that's not the right way.
Yeah. You have children?
Yes, sir. I have 3 children.
Right on. Well, Miro, I appreciate your call, but I do want you to know that emotional love is not real love. That comes from hate. Because God's love is not emotional. It's logical. It's dispassionate. It's a light unto your feet. And there is no emotions in it. Emotional love comes from hell.
Okay. Yes, I believe that. Yeah, I guess.
Okay. How did you find the show, Miro?
Well, I was listening to your show.
Right on.
This is the first time I call.
Right on. Well, just know that, man. That emotional love is not good for you. That's why God said we must be born again, return to the Father, so we can pass down perfect love to our children, to our wives and children, and everybody. All right?
Yeah.
How old are you, Miro?
I am 43.
Right on. I appreciate your call, man. Will you call me again?
Yeah, sure. Hey, quick question. Why do you think nobody's talking about all this, the Italian job on them interfering with the United States elections? I mean, nobody knows about it. Everybody that I'm talking about it, like, they don't know what I'm talking about.
The Italians interfere with the American election?
Yeah, you haven't heard any of that?
No, I haven't heard anything. And how did where did you get that information from?
YouTube, you know, just get into it. YouTube. My sister sent me some videos from TikTok. Some lady talking about it that they were all in on it. That helped Biden win. That they were using the Vatican's satellites from Italy to infiltrate the machines over here.
Well, we'll look into that. I have my producer look into that. I'm not familiar with that at all, but I wouldn't be surprised, Miro, because so much is going on right now. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty trippy, you know. Like,
yeah.
They have affidavits from Italy, and they already gave the paperwork to the Senate on the 6th, and supposedly that Trump knows about it, but they haven't said anything about it. I mean,
they don't want to report the truth. That's why I don't trust the news anymore. But we'll definitely look into it, man. Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, sir.
Miro, let me ask you real fast. Does your wife have love?
Oh, yeah. She's very passionate.
Oh, okay. All right, but call me again, man.
All right, sir. You have a good one.
All right, now. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Robin is out of Canada. Robin, welcome to the Hake Report. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how's it going?
All is well. How you doing, Robin?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Before I ask my question, I just wanted to thank you. Like, I can't imagine what it would be like had I not forgiven and returned to God and had this peace, given what's happening. Because, I really do love Trump.
Yes.
But once I forgave, I did idealize him and kind of make him a god at first.
Yeah.
And then I was able to have that space that you talked about in between him
Yes.
and myself, so that, like if stuff like this happens, like your whole world doesn't collapse.
That's right. And I want to just, I'll let you finish, but I want all people, no matter how much you admire someone, have a little space between them so you won't be in a dream about that person. And when you see a flaw, it won't make you turn on the person because you're just learning from them, but you're not putting them in a way where they become your God and you see God flaw, all of a sudden you become your enemy. Very well. You're absolutely right, Robin.
And just from talking to like several of my friends, like young men in their 20s and 30s, and they're spiraling over this. Like this, and not that they've turned on Trump, but they still think like the military is going to take intervention. And I'm not saying that there's nothing to be done in the future, but they can't accept anything, and it's quite. They're becoming very angry. Definitely, like could start doing the wrong thing, which is exactly what the enemy wants. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And so like. They believe that the military is going to intervene. Are they thinking that the president is going to do that?
Yeah, like they just think because the inauguration hasn't happened, maybe there's still some trick up his sleeve or something like that. Like I think it's kind of done at this point. As much as I would love it to not be, but I mean, if something happens, it's legit. It's a legitimate thing, then I'd be happy. But they're drinking a lot. They're just smoking way more weed. Like I can see they just can't cope with what's happening.
Yeah, that's why for 30 years I've been telling the people to overcome that anger. So when tribulations come, you will have the help of God, and He can help you deal with it. He'll allow you to see the reality of what's happening. But a lot of people, they haven't given up the anger yet, so they will overreact like that. They're putting their faith in humans rather than God.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
So I just wanted to ask you, and I know that like channels all over again taken down because of talking about, I'll just say fraud, okay? I'll just say fraud.
Right.
And also, I just wanted to know what your thoughts are. The fact that when like Trump's been in office for 4 years, and from what I can see, unless there was magical things happening in the background, I don't see that there was anything done to prevent fraud, catch it, or also the massive amount of tech censorship. Again, like he would say things about it on Twitter, but I've just never seen any action. And that to me is like I can see he's a very calculated, intelligent, calm. Like I can see he has that alpha spirit, but like that doesn't align with someone who has that. Like why would that be something he didn't do anything about?
That's a really good question. And so I've spoken with some people that I know that work out there in D.C. and pretty close to the administration, and he tried to, but within what's not known, really known clearly, within his own administration, there were people left over from the Never Trumper groups and even some Obama influencers working with the president, and everything that he tried to do that would improve the country, they fought against it. They really made it almost impossible to happen. Even with the wall going up, the president had to get money from other places in order to get the wall up, because even folks in his own administration was against that. So it's just been difficult for him to do all that he wanted to do. And then knowing that these people are against him in social media, there's no way he would have not changed something, right? But it was just difficult for him to get it all done within 4 years.
Yeah, I see a lot of people that were very much Trump fans and early on too, and just turning on him and like almost laughing, like finally he gets to experience all the censorship that we've been getting for the past 4 years. And it's like, even if Trump, all he did was win and basically destroy the Clinton family. Like, that's one thing, like, you can't take away from Trump. He literally, he destroyed the Clinton dynasty and came in and bought us 4 more years. Even if he hadn't done anything else, I would be forever grateful for just doing that alone, not to mention everything else that he's done. So, yeah, I'm glad to see that, or I'm glad to hear that from you, because it is one thing where I'm, like, asking kind of God to reveal it to me, because there is always that, like, that thought is, like, you know, is there something nefarious about him? But I just don't see him being able to fake what he's done.
No, he can't. He's not faking. Also, with the people who are turning away from him, they were never with him in the beginning. They were fake supporters. They were fake friends. And you can always tell your friends, because when tribulation come, they're going to be the first one to judge you and jump off ship, right? Jump ship. And so these people who are now turning on the president, it was always fake with them from the beginning. They never really believed that and supported him in the way that they should. They put him on a pedestal. They were glad that he was getting back at the Democrats by making things right, but they never trusted the president. There's no way you can turn on someone if you are a true supporter. And that's why I tell people to keep that space between whomever it is you like, because if you see a flaw, you're gone. You're not a real friend. So let them go. They never really supported the president anyway.
Yeah. Okay, well, I really appreciate it. I just want to say thanks again, because I would be spiraling into alcohol and pot and all this stuff right now, too, had I not woken up. So I appreciate it.
You're blessed. Thank you, Robin.
All right, have a great day.
You too. Amazing. Super Chats, Adila. For the Hake Report.
Super Chats.
Super Chats. Okay, Hake Super Chats. Army and with the diamond. The JLP report. Amazing. Bonus show.
Army and. That's right.
Noah's Arkansas with the diamond. Nice. Chris on Streamlab. Where can I get all the official Gab handles for JLP, Hake, Bond, and Rebuilding the Man? Want to be sure I have the correct ones, not imposters.
What's the Gab hangers?
Handles. So like the new site, the Gab that we're on.
Oh.
Like the information for it.
Oh, I see. And how do people get that? Oh, I'm being told it's at Jesse Lee Peterson. Chris says it's at Jesse Lee Peterson. Thank you, Chris.
Nice.
Thank you, Nick. Okay.
Justice S on Streamlab. To Ken from New Jersey. You know that song, If You Don't Know Me By Now, You Will Never, Ever, 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 Ever Know Me.
If you don't know me by now, you will never, ever, ever know me. Ooh, of all the things we've been through, I thought you knew me like I know you. So it's at Jesse Lee Peterson. And the only ones that's different is Telegram, and Telegram is at JLP Talk. At JLP Talk. Thank you, guys. Okay.
Yep, and they go on to say, feel better, Hake. And that looks like all for now for Hake.
Thank you for the hate, sir. That's amazing. And I can hear hate saying, thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for the hate. All right. Let me go to Paul. First-time caller out of, I used to want to live in Ohio when I was growing up in Alabama. And I often wonder, why did I want to live in Ohio?
Is it nice over there?
But I'm thinking, why did I think as a kid I wanted to live? I know my uncles and things used to go there sometimes. They would talk about Ohio. And I believe in my mind I thought of Ohio as like a western town or something. And I used to want to go live in Ohio. What the? That's amazing.
Is it blue or is it red?
Lord, no. Do black people live there? I know.
Maine lives there.
Oh, it's blue. That's what Maine
lives
there.
Maine lives there.
Maine lives there, it's blue. It's blue. Let me go to, I don't know really what it is, to be honest. But I think it's kind of red, but some blue. Let me go to Paul. Paul, welcome to the Hake Report. You're on the air.
Jesse Lee Peterson.
How you doing,
I am
sir?
so happy. I am so happy to be talking to the Great Black Hope.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
All right. So I've been a long-time listener, listen to you every day. But this might disappoint you to hear, but I'm a Catholic.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. That word. But
I'm not disappointed. Why would I be disappointed about that?
oh, yeah, just because you have different ideas and stuff about some things, but for the most part, I truly I think what you're doing is awesome. I think what you preach is correct. You teach people how to get out of their emotions, how to order their thoughts in a way that is beneficial to them, and not like. I don't want to ramble too much. I'll get to my question basically. So it's about the divinity of Christ. So in the Bible, in John chapter 14, Jesus tells his disciples, he says, "I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life." So how do we interpret that as Jesus not asserting his divinity?
What are you saying, that because his Father sent him and his Father is in him, if you believe him, you will believe into the Father?
Yeah, but then, here, let me see. After that, Philip says to him, he says, "Lord, show us the Father, and it will suffice us." And Jesus says to him, basically, "I've been here with you for so long, Philip. How do you, he that hath seen me hath seen the Father, and how sayest thou then?" But then he goes on to say, "Believest thou not that I am the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not for myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me."
So that doesn't, you don't understand, he's saying that it's not him, but it's the Father that dwells in him. And so when you see the Son, you see the Father?
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that part of it.
Why is there a problem with that?
Because why wouldn't Jesus then say, "My Father is the truth, my Father is the way, and the Father is the life"? He says that he is.
Well, he's the light because, why did you want him to say it that way? Why do you think he should say it that way?
I just think he said it like that for a very specific reason, and that reason was to show people that he was one with the Father. He is divine.
But so he's making it clear that it's not him, but it's the Father that dwells in him, right?
Yes.
And so the Father's working through the Son, right?
Yes, the Father works through the Son.
So why would you, are you thinking that Jesus is God?
Jesus is God.
But if he is God, why did he need his Father to work through him?
Because, we believe, as Catholics, we believe in the Holy Trinity.
If Jesus is God, who is God's daddy?
God doesn't have a daddy. God is three persons in one God.
What?
God is Father, Son, and Holy
even
Spirit.
when you read
in chapter 14,
even when you read, Jesus said he and his Father are one, and that his Father dwelt in him. That still makes you think that it caused you to think that Jesus is God.
Well, Jesus says he's God, and he explains it to us.
Okay. Well, I don't want to argue with you about it, Paul. If you want to believe that, just hang on to it.
Yeah. I just thought we'd have a conversation about it. I wanted to get, what you thought about that.
Well, Jesus, the Son of God, his Father dwells in him. And for those who return to the Father now, the Father will dwell in them because the kingdom of heaven is within it. In that kingdom is God, is Christ, and the Holy Spirit, right? And they dwell in us because we are now into those who return to the Father in the kingdom. But that doesn't make them gods because they become sons of God. It's the Father.
Oh, no. Yeah, see, no, that's a misunderstanding. No, I'm not saying that we become God because the Father dwells in us.
But why are
too.
you making Jesus God because the Father dwells in him?
Because Jesus says that he is the truth, he is the way, he is the life.
But he is the truth and the way to the Father. And no man get through him to the Father unless they go through the Son. He is the way back to the Father.
Well,
what do you think about that?
I understand what you're saying.
What am I saying?
I understand what you're saying, but
what am I saying?
I feel like we just have a fundamental disagreement about.
No, but what am I saying?
You're saying that the way we find God is through Jesus, but Jesus leads us to the Father. Jesus is not divine. Jesus,
when he
through
said,
his teaching, through his way, through what he says, through what he tells the disciples, that's how we should act, and that will lead us to the Father. That's what you're saying.
When he said, I am the way to the Father, no man get to the Father unless they go through me.
Well,
you don't hear him saying that I am the way, no man get through the Father except through me? Isn't he saying out loud, if you want to go back to the Father, you got to go through me? Right?
Yeah.
And that and that's not clear for you?
And it's clear, but I guess we're just going to have to disagree about it.
What happened is you've been brainwashed to believe that he is God, and it's hard for you to overcome your brainwashing.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to disagree, Jesse. I believe in the doctrine of the Catholic Church. I think it's
all right. Well, hold on to the doctrine and see how far that gets you.
Well, I just think it's the correct interpretation of the Bible.
Okay, I understand, Paul. I clearly understand. I understand. It's hard to overcome the dream.
I don't know exactly what you mean by that.
You're in a dream and don't realize it. And that's why you can't see for yourself that he is the Son, and you can't get through the Father unless you go through the Son. He said, the Father dwell in me. You got to go through me to return to the Father. He's making that clear, but your indoctrination is blocking that, your intellect. But so just hold on until you can see it for yourself.
Okay, but he also says that the Holy Trinity is a mystery that mankind is not intended to understand until we are one with him in heaven.
Right. You cannot understand until you enter back into the kingdom within. He will reveal it to you at that time.
All right. Well, I think that was a great conversation. I'm going to let you get back to the other college.
How old are you, Paul?
I'm 21 years old.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm married to a white woman.
And are you white?
Yep.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
We need white baby. You making a bunch of babies?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to make them. We're trying. So, yeah.
We need white babies, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Paul, I appreciate your call. It was an amazing call. Call me again.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And before I go, Ohio is an awesome place. It is a great place to live.
Is it a red state or blue state?
Columbus, Ohio, the inner city, that's where I'm sort of around. It's blue. There's black people there. But when you go, just outside the city, like, just 10 miles down,
right.
Everyone, it's just the suburban community of, like, people that are, mostly right-leaning centrists.
Right.
So, yeah, it's people are waking up around here. People know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think that wherever blacks go, they turn it to blue instead of red?
It's the Democratic Party. It's for sure.
Yeah.
It's just and the media, combined with that as well. I don't know. I don't think the people at the top are organized per se, but because all the stupid stuff Nancy Pelosi does and Joe Biden does, they do stupid things. So I don't think they're organized. but I do think they're evil, and they definitely have bad intentions for America. So, yeah, I think everyone's just leading each other down a wrong path, and black people just falling for the okie doke.
There you go. I appreciate you, Paul. Call me again.
All right, we'll do.
And go make some babies, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
And have a truckload of them.
Oh, yeah. I'm from a big family myself. I'm from a family of 8. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your parents were busy.
Yeah, and my wife's she's from a family of 13.
Wow. Well, I expect a whole truckload of babies.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
All right.
Thanks for your call, Paul. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. All right. Can't wait to listen to the rest of the show.
Right on. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Okay. So we're at the top of the hour. Can I keep going, or do I have to go to the bathroom like James does?
Do you want it?
No.
Okay.
What? What?
You can keep going.
Oh, what I want to do right now is play a little bit of that rap song that you and Isaiah does when you guys walking down the road in Mississippi.
Isaac.
Yeah, let's hit that. And then we're a little break there.
Okay, from the beginning?
Yeah, I want to see the video of that.
Okay.
Easy come, easy go. They ain't been listening to funk and it really shows. But we ain't stopping till we 90 years old, cause the groove's still thumping in our soul. What you know about the fat pocket? You know we got it. We on another planet and you need to get a rocket. We can talk about it. See, I've been taking groove pills for weeks. Even my rhymes got the funk in the breaks. Let me tell you about the smooth rhythm, dude. Why you sitting? Gotta be kidding. You like Natasha B, your book is written, and my polyrhythm is fitting at the end of the beat. Stand up, you gotta move your feet and feel the heat of these cold vibes. I don't think y'all understand me. If you know about the groove, could you stand please? These weak needs come alive with the music. So if you got a little funk, then use it. What you know about the groove? You got a lot to prove. I don't know about you. Go ahead and make a move. Tell me what you gonna do. I need to see you groove. My heart's on fire with the music in the room. We'll all be dancing soon. What about you? What you know about the groove? What you know, what you know, what you know, what you know, what you know about it? What you know about the groove? What you know, what you know, what you know, what you know, what you know about it? What you know about the groove?
Ha! We getting jiggy. Oh, we be getting jiggy. Go, 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 stop. And we gon' do it like you never ever seen it done. Cause when we do it, get into it, we gon' keep it fun. So get your mama, your daddy, and your granny. Hit the groove with your nanny. Bust a move with your family, yeah. Get on the dance floor and get it crackin'. Okay. Feel it in your soul, then get into action. Yeah. You can't be waiting on the crowd to move you. You gotta hop up in the circle, then you grooving. You steady waiting on the remix. Boy, this is your moment, better seize it. So gonna cut the doubt, show 'em what you bout. You got the juice up in your core now. It's JF.
Got a lot to prove. I don't know about you. Go ahead and make a move.
Amazing. That's Isa and Joel. How did you have sense enough to come down the stairs and act that way? Who told you to do that?
It was I think a group idea. We were just coming up with ideas and we just did it.
Wow, amazing. How it's called The Groove?
Yeah, The Groove, or just Groove by itself. You can find it on Isaac Palmer's YouTube channel by going to Isaac J. Palmer, or on the platforms that you can download music, Isaac J. Palmer. And in case you guys are kind of getting a little tired of hearing that one, we got a new one coming on the way. So be on the lookout.
Amazing. Isaac
J. Palmer.
J. Palmer.
Yeah.
Oh, not at Sergio Music Boy?
No. This is my moment.
At Sergio Music Boy. It ain't your moment, it's Joel's. Nice, though. It's really nice. Amazing song, too.
Yeah.
It is really, really amazing. Good talent. 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. Sitting in for the Hake Report.com. So I am taking your calls today, all right? Let me go to Rick out of Maine. Rick, welcome to the Hake Report.com.
Hey, buddy. How are you today?
All is well, Rick. How you doing?
Oh, we're just rolling along the interstate here, trying to make a buck.
Right on, man. Amazing.
Joel, you did a fantastic job on that video. I like that. That was a good one. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Thanks, Rick.
Yes, I'd like to...
Rick. Oh, his phone went out. Rick is...
Hello?
Oh, okay, now he's back. Your phone went out, Rick.
Yeah, I got a weak signal out here.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to make a statement about this so-called riot or protest, whatever you wanted to call that thing.
Okay.
The BLM and Antifa were there. That's been documented. And these people that are running around making statements about we wanted to take over the Capitol, we wanted to do this, we wanted to do that. Look at the picture of the crowd that was at that rally. See, if we wanted to take over the capital of this country, it could have been done very easily right there because of the sheer numbers that we had at that rally. So people running around saying that we're terrorists, we're this, we're that, we're everything else, I think that statement stands alone all by itself. Again, I'll say it. If we wanted to take over the capital of this country, it would have been done right there.
Well, I've said over and over again, it looked like a setup. And,
it was.
It's a double standard in America, too, because we had to endure these Black Lives Matter and Antifa burning down the country, robbing and stealing and killing and taking over police precincts and things like that for a year almost. And nothing was done or said. The politicians sat back and all quiet. While we were looking at the burning, they were calling it peaceful protest, and they did nothing about it. Now, all of a sudden, they're like going nuts, and the FBI arresting people and stopping them at the airport and no-fly zone and all that. Why did they do that with Black Lives Matter? Those people, what they did was wrong as well.
That. They won't do that, Jesse.
It's so
because
evil.
That's not according to their agenda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only for the positive side of that. That's the only reason why that transpires that way. If it's for their agenda and it creates hate for the president of this country, then they're all for it.
Yeah.
But if it's against what they're doing by defeating their agenda, like they've done right along, then it's very plain and simple facts that these people are a pack of liars, big time.
Yep.
I just sent Nick a video from another YouTuber where WikiLeaks released all these emails that was missing from Clinton's her notebook.
Yes.
Tablet.
Okay.
All that information is right there in that video.
Well, I'll check it out.
And I'm very curious as to what's going to turn up when somebody releases all the information on Pelosi's laptop. That will really be interesting.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Jesse. Take care. God bless. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Rick. But the one thing I want to tell you that if they do find information on Pelosi's laptop or whatever, or Hillary, those people are not going to be punished. Democrats don't punish their own. And they end up getting away with all this stuff, man. It's just mind-blowing to see what happens. But it's going to all work out in the rents, so we can be patient.
Oh, yeah. Just sit back and wait.
Yeah. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate you, man. Be careful on the road.
All righty. God bless our country. God bless our president. Take care, Jesse and team.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. Amazing. Earl from Michigan. Let's see here. Earl, welcome to the HakeReport.com.
Hola, buenas tardes. It's afternoon here.
What does Ola Bernice Tartar mean?
Buenos tardes.
What does that
Good
mean?
afternoon.
That
means
okay.
hello. Good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Earl. It's still morning here, but good afternoon in Michigan.
Yeah, buenos dias in California.
Okay.
But it's afternoon here in Michigan.
Well, thanks for the education.
Yeah, you need it. You didn't do it while you was in school. You didn't have it while you was in school.
Right.
I'm gonna have to give it to you now.
No, I was number 18 in my class. There were only 18 students.
I'm 18.
Yeah.
That's nothing you should brag about.
Why not?
But you brag about being the dumbest in the class?
Yeah, that's an amazing compliment.
Some accomplishment?
That is an amazing accomplishment.
I know you want to be funny, but that's just ridiculous.
No, that's not funny. That's the truth.
You talk about being black and dumb, but you say black and slow.
Right.
But you're actually black and dumb and slow.
Well, doesn't slow mean dumb?
No, that means retarded. You that too?
Oh, slow mean retarded?
Yeah.
And what's the difference between retardation and dumb?
Dumb is that you don't know anything. Retarded is that you're slow.
Oh.
When you retard, you're slowing things down.
And so
that's what I say. You should have stayed in school.
So are retarded people slowing things down?
Some.
I rest my case. The same thing then.
So are you slowing things down?
Apparently, if you say I am.
You got that right. But that's why on your show today you talked about anger.
Joel said, well, slow people don't think about all those definitions.
Is he an expert on slow people?
Apparently. Are you an expert?
No, but I don't say what people think about. I'm not claiming I know what everybody that's slow thinks about. Does he?
He didn't say he knew what they all think about. He just said
he said slow people.
He said they don't think about those things.
Did he specify?
What?
Did he specify how many?
He just
said slow.
This is your James Patient.
When you say, like, say if Jesse say black and slow, and everybody knows black and slow means, right? Jesse says he 18th in his class. I might have been, we had 36 people in our school. I might have been 35. So when
you had 36 people in your school or in class?
Class.
Yeah.
So when that is said, slow people, uneducated people just know that slow means A, B, and C, right? You intellectualize it and say, well, retarded means this, and retarded also means this, and all that extra stuff to where now you just defeated the whole purpose.
Defeated the whole purpose of what?
Of the fact that, you proved the point that slow and intellectual is you're intellectual and we slow.
Oh, you join in on being slow? You brag about being slow?
I don't think it's a bad thing.
You don't, huh?
No.
All right. Maybe this is about some blacks that, are dumb and slow.
But anyway.
Just on one thing, before I wanted to touch on politics initially, but, you talked on anger. In Ephesians 4:26, it says, be ye angry and not sin, and sin not. Let the sun not go down upon your wrath. So, Jesse, anger is not a sin that you preach about. It's just you're not to let sin fester and dwell in, because it will lead you to do things that are sinful. But I've told you that a million times.
Do you have anger?
But I could be led to anger, yes.
And you're satisfied with being led to anger?
No, it ain't satisfied. It's just a condition. the human condition.
And what caused you to? What caused the condition of anger?
That's just one of the emotions you have.
And
that's a human emotion.
Where did it come from?
It's part of your DNA.
Where did it come from?
Nobody knows where it came from. It's just made into your DNA. God said He gets angry.
Who put it into the DNA?
I don't know. Ask God who put it into your DNA.
And so, if you don't know who put it there, how you know it's in the DNA?
Because everybody has anger, and they're born with the possibility of getting angry. You know anybody that's not born with the possibility of getting angry?
No one, because all people are born in sin. But let me ask, do you think God put it in your DNA?
He made us, did He?
Do you think He put it in your DNA?
Yes.
And why would He want to cause you anger?
So I can get an answer in before you bombard me with 1,000 questions, so I won't get to talk. I don't know why He made us the way He made us, but that's the way He made us. But my point is, God said He gets angry. Now, did God sin?
No, because He doesn't have human fallen state anger.
No, He has discernment.
He has discernment.
No, that's something you made up, Jesse.
Oh, you don't believe that He has discernment?
He has discernment, but He says He has anger. He has gotten angry with nations. He's got angry. He spoke of being angry with Moses. He said when Moses questioned Him, and so forth. But
and so 3 verses later in there, it says, "Get rid of anger." Why would He tell you get rid of it?
Because if you dwell on it, if you don't have to be angry, don't get angry. But if you do,
well, why would He tell you to get rid of all anger?
He tried to tell you to get rid of to lessen anger, so you won't.
He didn't say lessen it. He said get rid of all anger.
In your fit of anger, you won't commit a sin. When you get angry, sometimes you lose control.
Did He tell you to get rid of all anger? Did He tell you to get rid of all anger?
No, He said, "Be ye angry."
But a few verses down, it tells you to get rid of all anger in that same chapter.
When He says, "Be ye angry," what is He talking about?
Don't hate.
But He says, "Be ye angry."
Right, don't hate. He doesn't mean human anger. He means discernment.
Did He say
He
don't
means
hate?
discernment, man. But why does He tell you to get rid of all anger?
You got to ask Him.
Well, why did you leave that out? Why do you mention that right now?
He has several passages.
But why do you mention that, though? I'm asking that.
Why?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of passages I haven't mentioned.
But why you didn't mention that one?
Because I didn't. Why didn't you mention the one that says, "Be ye angry"? Why didn't you mention it?
I'm mentioning it now. I mean, you brought it up.
No,
so
you didn't.
I'm responding to your question.
No, you didn't mention it. You didn't mention it. I mentioned it.
Right, and I'm responding saying it means discernment, not the human fallen state.
You responded after I said it.
What else do you want?
You mentioned it
what else do you want,
before
Earl?
I said it.
Earl, I'm not arguing with you about that. That's stupid. What else do you want?
Oh, that's good, because you're wrong, and you know you're wrong.
Do you want anything else?
Yes. I was going to talk about those guys that stormed those thugs that stormed the Capitol. You know they knocked the policeman's eye out, don't you? Hitting him with pipes and so forth and everything.
Earl, James just sent me a text. He want me to tell you. The Bible says man's anger does not bring about the righteousness of God. Nah. I rest my case.
Well, go ahead and rest it. It doesn't mean nothing, because it also says be ye angry and sin not.
Well,
nah. Explain that, James. But
you better be glad
James
those guys is not here.
Say what, Jesse?
You better be glad James is not here right now.
No, I don't mind it whether it's here or not because he's just as bad as you. Because he'd just be saying, Earl, just trying to interrupt me. But,
Earl,
like
Art
I said,
from Ohio want to talk to you. Can you talk to Art? Then I'll still let you.
Yeah, I like to talk to Art in Ohio.
Hold on. I think I did. Art, you're on with Earl from Michigan.
JLP, what's happening, my man?
All is well, sir.
Hey,
so you're on with Earl right now. Go ahead.
All right, well, Earl, who do you think is going to listen to you about anything, and you rolling with Nancy Pelosi in the Fort Richmond? You don't know nothing about no dang on Bible. Your moral compass is broken. Your light is dim. And that's why half the people is running away from the churches right now, because there's people like you in there, beta fake Christians. So I'm listening to them.
Hey, stupid Art.
Hey,
dumb clown that thinks anybody listen to you, who follows around a known liar and so forth called Trump, and glorifies a Republican Party that has nothing to do with blacks, but yet you want to claim you know something. What do you know, little whippersnapper?
Hey, well, come here. Let me. I can't smell your breath, but it smells like watermelons on it. But let me tell you first of all,
you know, ignorant little.
Well, check this out. What are you and the rest of you and your liberal female friends been talking about the last 5 years at the dinner table when y'all been drinking liquor, Democratic liquor, eating chicken and eating watermelon? What y'all been talking? Because I still waiting to see on any facts about Donald Trump being racist. So what y'all been at the table talking about the last 4 years? Because y'all still ain't produced no evidence for me.
Well, nothing's going to produce enough. You too stupid to absorb any evidence and so forth. You saw into Trump. You can't see the forest for the trees. What's the use of talking to you?
Earl, how old are you?
All you're going to say is I'm alpha, which is a ridiculous, pitiful kind of stand like you tough or something. Beta. You ain't nothing but a beta parading like you some tough alpha guy. Who goes around talking about I'm alpha? I'm alpha. You know I'm alpha? Remind me I'm alpha.
Well, I mean, I guess I really don't have to say it because you can clearly tell I was talking how you. Well, I mean, my thing is, I guess
you remind everybody that you an alpha. Why you got to come on every day talking about how much you an alpha? You and Jesse and James, we alphas.
How about you forgot Joel? He alpha.
Times.
Joel is alpha too.
Wow.
Everybody can call themselves alpha. Just learn the alphabet, and maybe you'll learn something.
He said,
"Hey, Earl."
Did he say learn the alphabet?
Alphabet. You know, you dumb and slow.
Oh, he said,
remember?
Oh, he said alphabet. I thought he said learn the alphabet.
Hey, Jesse, I love you. I'll call back tomorrow.
No, I didn't quite say that.
Earl, talk to you later, man. Get off the beta stuff, Earl.
Oh, there you go, beta. When you going to grow up?
Thank you, Art.
What are you, 35 now?
Thank you, Art. Earl, you want to make another quick point about something else. Go ahead. I'll give you that chance.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, Art is gone now.
Oh, okay.
Joel want to know why
you
defend Black Lives Matter and not White Lives Matter.
Ask that again?
Joel wants to know why do you defend Black Lives Matter but not White Lives Matter? He didn't say Lives Matter, but white people. Why don't you defend white people?
No, I talk about Black Lives Matter too. In other words, they haven't mattered as much as white folks. Did you know that, Joel?
But you
in this society, they have never measured up to the same as the importance of white lives.
They have not measured up to white people?
No, they haven't been treated equally.
And so why do blacks think white people are superior to them?
No, white folks claim they're superior.
No,
that's
they
why
don't
they made
claim that.
White people don't claim that. All those laws and rules that benefits them.
But what's wrong with black people?
We had to fight against them.
What's wrong with black people,
Go ahead,
Earl?
Joel.
What's wrong with black people, Earl, that they have to admit to whatever you're suspecting white people are saying about being superior? What's wrong with black people by allowing them to think that they're less than? And it's black people's fault that don't have the opportunities because they complain and not get and not create the opportunities and make the opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's the black people's fault, not the white people.
Did black folks make the laws that separated neighborhoods and so forth?
Then black people
and everything. Did they make the laws that said schools couldn't integrate and so forth?
Earl,
Did they make the laws, the criminal laws?
That's not happening now, Earl. Earl.
Well,
yes, it is.
Earl.
If that's happening, if you believe that that's happening, what's wrong with the black people? They're not getting it. What's wrong with the black people? They're not getting in government and changing those laws. How come they have to sit there and say this is not fair, this not fair, this not fair?
That's what they've been trying to do since they've been came to America. Make ways into the halls of power, so they can do these things.
No, they haven't, because if they
whites haven't invited them in.
No.
So forth. They didn't want to give up power willingly. They fought us every which way. But to maintain
are you crying
their
right now?
Superiority.
Why are you crying?
Crying?
Yeah.
Nobody's crying.
Oh.
Are you on drugs?
So, Earl,
is your brain on drugs?
Let me ask you this, and then I got to run. When black people, you said the white people made the laws. When the white people took away the laws and the blacks moved into into certain community, why did the black people go out of control? Was it Was it because the white people took away the laws so they could contain themselves?
Why did black people? What black people went out of control? Doing what?
With everything. Look at how messed up their children are, their communities, their schools, their lives are screwed up. Why did they go out of control? Was it because the white people didn't keep
sections?
Was it because the white people didn't keep the law so that it can help them contain themselves?
There are certain segments of black society that you may say out of control, just like there are certain segments of white society, trailer trash, that is out of control.
Why are certain segments of black people out of control? Morally and everything, why are they out of control?
Well, there's a myriad of reasons.
Give me one. Give me one.
Because a lot of them lack of education, lack of opportunity, lack of money, lack of resources.
All lies, man. All lies, Earl. But thank you. I got to run now. I can't play no more.
Go ahead. Adios, amigos.
All right, Earl. Oh, and what? I'm sorry. I hung up before you finished that. Sorry, Earl. Super chats and D-Live.
Super chat.
Super chats. Okay, Hake chats. Mo better stand up with the Ninja Guinea. Earl been on hold since 8 a.m. Dang, JLP, that was like I had the album on. Amazing. Terry J with the diamond. Why is old man Jesse filling in instead of young Nick?
That's right. Nick is busy.
Yeah. Mo Beta stand up with the diamond. Not bad, Joel. Get the P-Funk style on. Right on.
What the P-Funk style?
P-Funk. I don't know. Sound good.
Oh, P-Funk.
Yeah.
I thought it said Pink Funk.
P-Funk.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Mo Beta. Stand up. And that looks like all for the James Hake chats.
Hake would say thank you. He appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it too for him. Thank you so much. I want to play this for you real fast. This is from the New York Post. Did you hear about this? A mother on TikTok is going viral after she posted a video of her sons kneeling in praise of black women for their part in electing Joe Biden instead of Donald Trump. Watch this.
Black women are the reason that Donald Trump is no longer going to be our president.
All hail black women.
That is sad. You see her kids in the background? That's her kids doing that. And if I was a black woman, I wouldn't want no one to be giving me credit for that. Elected Joe Biden, that's not a good thing. Even white people know that black people only elect and support bad things. See? Let me play that again, because that's not a compliment.
Black women are the reason that Donald Trump is no longer going to be our president.
All hail black women.
Even if they were doing it in a virtuous way, it's still not right. You know, who want to be doing that?
And why is she having her, if those are children in the background, why is she having them kneeling to the black women? The black women going to beat their butts after they get older.
While she's standing, they got to do the kneeling and bowing.
I know. And white men already have a pure hell getting involved with black women.
Right.
She set her own sons up. And that's not a compliment. That's a put down. The capture reads, teaching my white boys how to behave.
Where's the husband?
You saw the capture, right? Teaching my white boys how to behave.
And this is her TikTok profile, which says, the failures of men amuse me.
She doesn't have a husband?
Where is he?
Ain't no way her husband
would allow
that to be happening to her sons, his sons and daughters. I guess it was all boys. Look like all boys. White people, y'all need to sit down with this. You're going to end up regretting this. Really, white people, stop feeding into your own destruction. Catering to the blacks like that is not going to help you. Haven't you learned in 70 years you're just making them hate you more? They're knocking you out. What did you say her profile said, Joe?
The profile says, the failures of men amuse me.
Oh, and then Nick says, oh yeah, the mother said that. Okay. That's amazing. What an evil woman,
I know,
huh?
poor kids. What the?
But black people, that's not a compliment, all right? That black women elected Joe Biden. That means that you have no common sense. You don't see what you're doing. All right? You don't see what you're doing. Who is this on TuneIn? Dante is a first-time caller out of California. Dante, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. How's it going?
All is well, Dante. How are you? I have a nephew named Dante.
How's it spelled?
D-A-N-T-E.
Oh, that's the same way mine is. Cool. Because I know there are different variations of the spelling.
Yeah.
I just want to preface this by saying I'm someone who's on the left, but I like your content sometimes. And I just had one question for you.
You say you're on the left?
Yes.
Oh, you're a liberal?
No.
What does that mean, you're on the left?
Well, basically it means we trace our tradition to an basically, after the French Revolution, there were three camps. There were the conservatives who were in favor of keeping the monarchy but also, some bourgeois democratic reforms. And then there were the liberals who were Republicans, small r Republicans. And then there was the left who wanted an entirely new system built around different class dynamics. So that's what I trace it to. I understand that in American, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a registered Democrat by any means.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I got you.
But
All right.
no, my question was, do you plan on running in 2024? I heard you in a interview once say that Trump was supposedly the great white hope, and you were supposedly the great black hope, and you plan to succeed him. I was just wondering, because I heard you say that once, and given what might happen with banning him from running in 2024, I was wondering if you would ever throw your hat in the ring, or what circumstances would have to arise for you to throw your hat in the ring.
No, I have no plans of running, period. I only said that in fun and jest, but no, I don't have any fun. I don't have a plan to run.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate, Jesse. We were really looking forward to it.
But I am hoping whatever God's will is for me, I'm hoping that I can always see that and follow that. So whatever his will is, that's what I want to be done.
Yeah, exactly. So I just have a quick question. If 2024, let's say Trump is banned, if it's between Gowdy, Tom Cotton, and Kanye West, who would you support?
Gowdy, Tom Cotton. I definitely would not want Gowdy. And Tom Cotton. Let me see what Tom Cotton look like. Joel's going to pull him up for me so I can see. Because I don't remember Tom Cotton.
He's an Arkansas senator, I believe.
I think, he has a southern accent like?
Yeah. He's the Iraq War.
I think he's real tough too, right?
I don't know. I look at him and I think beta, but you can.
Oh, okay.
You can have your own,
Does Tom Cotton support President Trump?
I believe he wasn't. I don't think he was part of this cadre of senators that did to do this thing. But I think he does broadly support him.
Yeah.
But he's a Bush era neoconservative repackaged for.
Oh yeah,
I'm being
told that.
That's what I see.
I'm being told that he's not for Trump anymore. I guess I have to go with Kanye West.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Yeah. As far as I know, Kanye has not turned on the president. So anyone who stands with the president, I stand with them.
Okay. So that's your parameter?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's unfortunate, Jesse, that you aren't going to throw your hat in. Me and some friends were really looking forward to you going on stage and calling either Tom Cotton or one of these other Republicans a beta male to their faces on national TV.
Amazing. Well, we'll see what God's will is, man. I'm trying to encourage you young guys to run for office. You guys need to get involved so we can get rid of these old Democrats and old liberals and rhinos and put in some decent people who are not afraid and going to do the right thing for the country. You guys need to run. Why don't you run? For something, it could start out as school board or police or city council and work your way up. State representatives, different things like that.
All right. Well, Jesse, I'm not in your political faction, just to be sure. You probably wouldn't want someone like me running. But nevertheless, I do get your point about sort of this emerging sort of American elite that's very, very old and out of touch with everyone. And I think we do need more young people to fill those ranks. And we need to stop, worshiping people that we've just seen on TV for 10 years and really question if they serve a purpose or whether or not we should or should not replace them with someone new. And I think that has to do mainly with the sort of national consciousness and where we are. And I think a lot of Americans just don't want to have to think about their representatives or their other people. But hopefully in the future that can change. That mindset can
Dante,
be eradicated.
Good, man. Before you leave, do you support socialism?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Why?
Because I support socialism because I believe that we're in the last stages of capitalism and that.
But what would you prefer, capitalism or socialism?
Socialism, because of my place in time right now. If you were to ask me at the turn of the century, do I prefer, in the 1700s, do I prefer feudalism or capitalism? I would have probably said capitalism because it's a bit more emancipatory. But I think socialism will deliver the greatest degree of emancipation. I'm not so sure if it will ever come about in America.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Has socialism ever worked anywhere that I'm not? I'm not aware.
Totally.
Where? Real fast, name me one place where it's worked.
Bolivia, Cuba.
In Cuba?
Yeah.
But
totally.
in Cuba, the people are miserable over there. I know people from Cuba, they don't want to be there because of socialism.
Is it really that, Jesse, or is the misery caused by sanctions and by other things? I mean,
they said I've never gone to Cuba, but from what I hear from the people who come from there, they say that the government controlled them and everything, and they have no freedom there. It's all depending on what the government wants. You like being controlled by others?
Not necessarily, no, but capitalism does that pretty well. I mean, it just redirects all that authoritarianism onto the bosses.
So you prefer to have someone else provide for you, control you, tell you when and when not to, rather than having the freedom of capitalism to make and do whatever you want?
Well, I don't think capitalism gives us that freedom, especially in this stage of it.
Oh, okay. Do you believe in God?
Yes. Yes.
You believe in God?
Yes. Yes.
And are you a Christian?
Yes, I was raised Anglican, but I'm considering going Eastern Orthodox. But yes, I am a Christian.
And do you believe that God is a socialist or capitalist?
God is something that transcends our space and time right now. I don't think he adheres to an ideology. I think that's for people.
But do you believe he wants you to be controlled by others or only by him?
Well, I believe in a hierarchical church. So, I mean, if most Christians will believe that, institutions have the power of God. So the idea that you're sort of putting out there is a very late Protestant one at best. And so wait, what are you saying again? I'm sorry.
Do you believe that God wants you to be controlled by others or only by him?
I think God does want government at a certain degree. I think he wants that government to deliver some kind of justice, but I don't think God is necessarily an anarchist in that sense that desires the abolition of the state in order to purely serve him. I think our lives as Christians should be ones of service in many forms, and part of that can be through.
Do you think God want you to be controlled by others or only by him? You personally, Dante.
Me?
Uh-huh.
I think God is helping me by delineating power in a way that this is in terms of like the church per se. I think God would want me to be guided by people that do have much better training, that do have a deep degree of dedication to biblical teachings.
So does God want you to be controlled by him or by other people?
What does that mean, Jesse? Like, what about the Catholic Church? What about various, God delineates power to other people. and he delineates it in such a way so that the church can thrive and survive and sustain.
But does he? Because I got to run. I'm running out of time, and I want to get as many more calls.
Yeah.
Does he want? Does he want you to be Dante from California to be controlled by other people or only by him?
I don't think God wants like a direct theocracy, but that's just me. I am not the Lord, and the Lord is not me.
So he doesn't want to control. He want other people to control you and not him.
I think he wants a system in place that allows for power to be organized.
So do you think he want this system to control you?
I think he wants a system that restrains me from doing bad things. Yes.
And so, he want the system to control you
from doing abhorrent and bad things and punishing me effectively if I certainly do bad things. Then I think God would want a system in place that punishes those people and helps those that are less fortunate.
So you believe, Dante, that God doesn't want to control you and that would prevent you from doing bad things?
What do you mean? I think God wants a system that delivers justice in various forms.
One last question. Do you believe in materialism?
Dialectical materialism, yes, but not consumerism. Those are two different things.
What does materialism mean? What does that mean?
It's an incredibly long topic, and I know you have to run, but you could look it up. But I would take that back. I am not a strict materialist. I do infuse some of my politics with spirituality, specifically from sort of the Orthodox Church, and starting now with a lot of Latin American liberation theology. I've been getting a lot into that. So I'm not a strict materialist. I do like a certain spiritual dimension to politics. But yes, my baseline level is grounded in dialectical materialism.
Amazing. And you say you're 21, right?
Yes.
Dante, amazing call, man. Call me again, all right?
Yeah. And I have a friend who was trying to call you. I think he met you at Politicon that one time. But yeah, I'll talk to him, see if he can call you again. Yeah, I'd love to call you again, Jesse. This was a very productive conversation. I'll keep you in my prayers, and I hope you do the same for me.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
God bless.
And God bless you, Dante. Amazing. Very, very interesting. 21. So 21 is a Z, right? Yep. Yeah, 21 is a Z. Where did all that come from? Amazing. Grounded in atheism, says Hake. That's what that's all about, huh? Interesting. I had no idea. I really did not have, brand new to me. That was a very good discussion, Dante. Thank you for that. Don is a first-time caller out of Michigan. Don, welcome to the HakeReport.com.
What's up, Jesse?
All is well, sir. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
Oh, man is good.
That's right.
This is the first time ever speaking to you, man. I've been watching you for a while.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. When I first heard you, right?
Yeah.
I knew it clicked. Whatever you were saying clicked with me right away because I already knew it.
Yeah.
You just worded it differently.
Absolutely.
I already knew it right off. But I wanted to talk
we
about
all
a certain
know
topic,
the truth already. It's just that we forgot it when we were traumatized spiritually.
Oh, yeah. You know, mothers do that, man.
Yeah.
My mother did it. But I had to return when I was a teenager. I figured it out. But,
right on.
I wanted to talk about a certain topic, Hebrew cosmology.
And what is Hebrew cosmology? What does that mean?
Or like biblical cosmology. Like there's a different creation versus what we're told.
Oh, creation versus what?
What we're told. Like, do you know what the firmament means in Hebrew, right?
Yes.
Or in Greek. Okay, you know it means rakia, right?
Are you a flat earther?
I'm more towards that.
why don't you just say that then? That'll help me to us move faster. So go straight to your points because we're about to run out of time, and go straight to your point. So you believe that the Earth is flat.
Well, I mean more because of the Bible. But okay, let me read this to you real quick. Isaiah, he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. You know
hey, Don, hold on 1 minute, buddy. So you believe the Earth is flat, and now you're going to show me in the Bible where it says it, and that's right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Isaiah 22. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. You know what circle means, right?
I know a circle, yes.
A circle is not a sphere. I mean, Isaiah said ball a couple chapters before. A circle, you can look it up. Okay. And the inhabitants are of his grasshoppers that stretch out the heavens as a curtain and spread them out as a tent. You understand tent? You know what a tent is, right?
Go ahead.
Tent to dwell in.
Right.
Talking about the firmament. Talking about the firmament, the rakia, the dome. And there's many other scriptures. There's just many, but that's really a go-to one.
Oh, okay.
You said you're running out of time. I'm not trying to hit you with a bunch of them right now. I had a bunch of them up on my computer here.
And so did you think at one time the Earth was round?
Yes. Yeah, of course. I mean, most people do.
And why did you believe, when you believe that it was round, why did you believe that?
Well, because we see images where we're, shown images. It's everywhere we go throughout life, we see everything of space. It's like its own religion.
And then have you seen the image of a flat Earth?
No, but I've seen no curve. I mean, I see curve when they use fisheye lens, right? Or distortion, when you get distortion. Or they use that, type of... But when you use, distortion correction or a regular lens, you can go as high as... And there's a lot of tests. There's a lot of, observation, hypotheses and all stuff that you can actually do with the scientific method when it comes to certain tests and stuff like that.
And so, do you believe that the sun revolved around the Earth, or flat on flat of the Earth, up and down the Earth?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, the real question would be, how does the sun operate around the Earth? That would be the real question.
So you do believe that the sun revolves around the Earth, right?
Yes. Yep.
And so, if the Earth is flat, wouldn't it have to go up and down the Earth?
What do you mean? No, like a clock. It's a clock.
Oh.
It just goes out of your perspective because we're so small to the Earth. We can't see it going away from us. Like an airplane, airplane goes away from you.
Right.
And then to a point where it's out of sight. Same thing as the sun. It's just up higher and local, and it goes out of your sight.
And what good does it do you to believe that the Earth is flat? How does that help you?
I don't know. Knowing the creation, when I was down the path reading the Bible, right, and then this flat Earth popped up, I laughed a little bit, right? That's usually most people's, initial reaction, and I laughed.
You said when you were what? When you were smoking pot?
No, I don't smoke pot. I don't, and I never really did that. No, when I what's that?
Go ahead. You said I missed what you said. That's why. What did you say?
No, when I was reading the Bible and I was trying to seek God, I was trying to find God, these videos popped up, and I just checked them out. I was just curious.
I got you. And why does the moon look like a ball?
Okay, well, I mean, we have seen, what if it's a 2D? You can have a sphere and cut it in half, and you can see one side of it the whole time and never see the other side and assume that it's a ball. There's a word for it. I just don't know it yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Amazing.
But, I mean, yeah, it is amazing, ain't it? But the thing is, if you know what better way to hide the Creator than to change His creation?
Amazing. Dequan. Don, call me again on this tomorrow. If I would like to talk to you about it because it's amazing. It's fascinating to hear this and what people believe. So call me on it again tomorrow, right?
Definitely.
Okay, thank you, man.
Your time.
Okay, call me, Don, tomorrow.
All right, definitely.
All right. Don't we supposed to do like a little thing for the hate report?
Not till 55.
Oh, not now?
No, not yet.
Oh, once it become 55?
Yep.
And what's that dilemma thing mean? Yeah, what's that?
Treasure chest.
Oh, okay. We need to do it at 55?
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back to that then.
I'm going to save the sound bite of yours. It's better. Jerome.
We are having a women's forum tomorrow night, Thursday night, ladies. Normally I have it on the third Thursday night, but I won't be around, so I need to do it tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for ladies only, right? Thursday night forum. And so hopefully Hake can be back tomorrow. I spoke with him this morning. He asked me to do the show again, and he said that he's feeling much better, and he hoped to be back tomorrow. So we'll see. In the meantime, let me go to, is it Dequan out of Arizona? Dequan, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, it's good to talk to you again.
Thank you. You too, man.
I talked to you on your show. I met you at Arizona Christian University a while back. So
okay, amazing.
Yeah, I almost lost my train of thought listening to that flat earther guy.
You believe it's round? The Earth is flat or round?
I think it's round. I haven't seen it with my own eyes yet.
Okay.
But I think it's round.
Right on. Well, go ahead because of time.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you, like, about Donald Trump with all the stuff going on right now. I mean, like, I'm 27 years old, and I didn't start getting into, like, politics stuff till last year when the coronavirus and all this stuff, like, I wasn't really paying attention until it actually started affecting my own life.
Right. And you're 27, right, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, hold on 1 minute. 1 minute. Can we do that? So D-Lie, the treasure chest is now open on D-Lie, right? Yeah. That's what that means. The treasure chest is open on D-Lie for the HateReport.com. Go ahead, Dequan.
Okay. Yeah. So I was wondering your opinion about, because to me, what it looks like is going on, it's almost like they're trying to change history. Like, they're trying to make it look like I can't imagine, like, years down the road, 20 years down the road, I look back in the history books and I see that, they make Donald Trump to look like he's this horrible president. And you know how you always say he's like this perfect example of how to handle life. And I can't agree with you much more. And I was just wondering, like what are your thoughts about all this stuff going on?
Number one, Donald Trump is the most hated species on this side of heaven because he is a straight, white, conservative, Christian man of power. And he does recognize the force of evil and the force of good. And evil, especially government and media, has never dealt with the force of good in the way that this president is. So I think it's a blessing. It's amazing to see it. And and so I just think we need to wish him well, keep him in our prayers, and wish him well because he ain't done yet. But they hate him because he is a son of God.
Yeah. I can't agree with you more.
And they do want to change history because they don't want the truth to get out there. They don't want the truth to influence generation after generations to come.
Right. And then, I mean, what do you think that I should do at this point? Like, should I be as invested? Because, I mean, there's a lot of negative stuff going on. I'm just like, I get tired of seeing it a lot. Yeah. But I feel like I want to keep up to date, but I'm tired of seeing it, though, at the same time.
I understand. One thing I tell you not to do, don't overreact to it. Don't hate what you see. Just see what you see and continue with your life. Go to work and do your thing, but don't hate it. And God will guide you into what to do, and he will help you to deal with it. He will cause you to overcome it. Amazing things will happen. And so if you don't see anything else to do, don't do it. If you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't, you don't. It's up to you. Just don't hate what you see. Don't become angry.
Okay. And before I hop off, because I know you running out of time, I just wanted to say, man, like, a lot of the stuff that you talk about, like, as far as the spiritual, I was already doing, like, prior to even hearing about your show, like forgiveness, silent prayer, and different things. I was just led to that naturally. It's crazy.
Right on.
And I just wanted to say, one thing was that I had this problem with women where it's like I would get really attached to a woman, and you know how you always talk about like allowing yourself to suffer and like endure.
Yeah.
Like I was literally just recently, I just got out of a relationship, and it hurt a little bit, but back like years ago, I used to be like devastated. Like this time, I was like, okay, all right. Like it kind of stung a little bit because I liked her, but I was like, it's really not that big of a deal. And literally, it's the first time ever in my life where like something bad can happen, and that's not even actually a bad thing. I mean, it's actually a good thing. It's a blessing.
That's right.
So,
well, that's amazing, Dequan. And that is because when we endure, it's the ego dying. God, we now have the help of God to destroy the ego, because the ego is now subject to God. We return to Him, and the ego is just subject to God. So all those other things that we made into a God, He is destroying that, and those people, places, and things will not be as important to you, and you'll be able to take it or leave it.
Yes, I agree, man. Like I almost kind of feel invincible a little bit. I'm like, dude, God is amazing, bro.
He's something else. That's right. Amazing. Dequan, thank you so much, man. I'm out of time, but thank you for calling the Hake Report.
Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Amazing. We all already know the truth, folks. That's why God said, let no man teach you. Don't let anyone teach you. Go within, and the Holy Spirit will teach you all things. Don't grieve the Holy Spirit. Let it teach you. Don't deny it for the intellect. All right? Thank you all for tuning in to the Hake Report today. It's an honor to sit in for him. Hake is amazing. And I don't know for sure, but I got a small impression that he might be back tomorrow. If not, we got to do what we got to do. But thank you for tuning in to the Hake Report. Don't forget, the latest forums tomorrow night, Thursday night at 7 p.m. What else? The challenge grant for bond at rebuildingtheman.com. To donate, rebuildingtheman.com, and help us with the matching grant. All right? I appreciate it as well. Thank you so much. And folks, in closing the Hake Report today, do the silent prayer. Get to know yourself, doubt every thought, and speak up but don't resent. Love God with all, our theme this year, love God with all your heart, soul, and might, along with nothing else or no one else. More than your children, your wife, your cat, your dog, or anyone, right? And then love your neighbor as yourself. Treat your neighbor the way you would like to be treated. You don't want people trying to hurt you, right? Why do that to your neighbors? Everybody born in sin and overcome. Some are overcoming it. And endure. Quietly go through what you got to go through so God can help you overcome the world, and you will find yourself in it, but not of it. Have a good day. And again, thank you so much for tuning in to the Hake Report.com. And let us all wish Hake well, and he'll be up and at it again. He still has good hair, and Hake is on fire. James Hake is still on fire. Have a good day, folks, and thank you again.
Wow.